let's do Love Is All, which is a sort of a strange compendium of a century of romance. Kim Longinotto. Basically, this is from the crossover music archive series, which has given us Penny Wilcox from The Sea to the Land Beyond, and then The Big Melt, which Jarvis Cocker did the music for. So essentially it's a montage collection of film clips from feature films and documentaries and public information films, going back actually to, I think it's 1890 something, the first one, then right up to the present day. So we get, for example, the innocent comedy, this thing from 1899, which is called A Kiss in the Tunnel, then the 1929 Piccadilly, which actually people may well know. Neil did a score for that. Don't Be Like Brenda from 1973. Neil Brand.
Narrowing it down.
Don't Be Like Brenda from the 1970s, which is this kind of, warning moral tale, My Beautiful Laundrette in 1985. And during the course of the clips, what you see is this kind of kaleidoscopic change of attitudes towards race, gender, sexuality, multiculturalism. And all of this is knitted together with songs by Richard Hawley. Let's hear a little bit of Richard Hawley.
Are in love, you feel the stars above. There's no devil in her eyes, there's no darkness in disguise. But when you are alone.
So one of the interesting things is that the director says the film explores love in a playful way because you can't have an angry film with a Richard Hawley soundtrack.
Funny you should choose that sort of skiffly type.
That's actually fun. Most of it is more sort of ballady, more melodic than that. That happened to be.
Should we put that on the playlist because that's got a nice upright bass sound?
Yeah, I think we should. The film itself, I thought, was really, rather charming, and it has, on the one hand, a sort of, an underlying political thread, which is about the way in which social attitudes have changed over slightly more than a century. Taking all these clips from this extraordinary archive and putting them together in a way which, as I said, jumbles up factual, observational, dramatic, public information, as they like to refer to it, and putting them all together in a way which actually finds very interesting connections between them. And what you feel like you're watching is a kind of tone poem about the changing nature of love over 100 years. And, Richard Hawley's voice is heartbreaking, and, True Love's Gutter is the name of that album. And then you get that feeling about, True Love's Gutter and looking at the stars. Everything is brought together through the music. And I thought the montage worked very well, and all the way through it, you felt like you're watching a sort of document of social change, and you're also watching something which is a fairly straightforward celebration of love, and yet there is more to it. There is definitely an agenda. There is definitely a sort of story being told, albeit subtly, but very clearly, about the way in which the world around us has changed, the way in which social attitudes, the way in which social mores have changed. And I thought it was really rather enchanting, and I absolutely love the music.